Hi, thanks for using mosnotes.com for your homework help and algebra needs. This is a video about factoring polynomials. Okay, first of all, it's very important that you know everything in this video because you're going to use it throughout algebra, geometry, and calculus. So, what you want to do is take this and put it in a form where you can figure out x-intercepts. Remember the coordinate plane, the x-axis, where does it intersect? So to do that, we have to figure out what in parentheses, like this, would you multiply out to find this? And the answer is, you want to find what two numbers will multiply to this and add to that. 3 times -1 is -3. 3 plus -1 is +2. So x plus 3, x minus 1. Now it's very easy to see what's going to cause this to be 0. Obviously -3 plus 3 is 0, or 1 minus 1 is 0. So these are the numbers that are going to make that happen. And if you go ahead and multiply that, you're going to use something called FOIL. First, outer, inner, last. And that's where we get this from. X times x is x squared. X times -1 is -1x. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times -1 is -3. And if you combine like terms here, -1x, positive 3x, you get positive 2x. X squared plus 2x minus 3. Okay. Now a word about multiplying out. If you're doing something like this, what you're going to do is x plus 2 squared is the same as x plus 2 times x plus 2, just like 2 squared is the same as 2 times 2. Okay. So x times x is x squared. That's 2x. 2x is 4x. 2 times 2 is 4. Now the trick there is, if you just say squared, it's x squared 4, 2x times 2 will give you 4x. You multiply them together and double it to find the center term. And you square the first and the last. Square the first, multiply them together and double it. Square the last, and it's going to give you the same result both times. So that proves that this is equivalent to this, so then obviously this will give you the zeros here as shown. That will be important when you're graphing, as you already know. Okay, another example is x squared minus 3x. You can't factor it like I did before. What you can do is use the reverse distributive property. Pull the x out like this. X times x minus 3, this is the greatest common factor. X times x is x squared. X times -3 is -3x. That's the distributive property, and that's the reverse thereof. So now you know what value of x here is going to make the whole thing equal 0. 0. 0 times whatever's in this parentheses. It could be a million, it could be another 0. It's always going to be 0. In the parentheses, what's going to make the whole thing 0? 3 minus 3 is 0. 0 times any number here is going to make the whole thing 0. Okay? So, 0, 3. Sometimes you're not going to be able to factor it out. Here we know we can, but just for practice, since we already saw it, it's familiar, we know the answer. Let's use this equation here. This is going to find out the zeros of x without factoring. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. This is a, b, c. 1 is a, 2 is b, -3 is c. So let's go ahead and plug everything in. Okay, and when you go ahead and multiply that out, -2 plus this over this. This is going to give you the 1, 0. Negative 2 minus this over this is going to be the other. And again, when y equals 0, x equals negative 3 and 1. That's the quadratic formula.